call the meeting to order and we'll stand and please be I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Messiah.
Here.
Schneider. Absent. Weaver absent. Wilson.
Here.
Sukasar. Here. Sukas W.
Here. Motion to excuse the absence. Can I have a motion to excuse the absence?
I'll make the motion.
Four.
Messiah.
Yes.
Schneider absent. Weaver absent. Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar.
Yes.
Sukas W.
Here.
Davis.
Yes.
Non-agenda items from the sidelines. Where are you? Oh, yeah, you got something? Yes.
Yeah, I just was here to ask permission for my sister, Rhonda Bradkey. She would like to wrap the light poles on Main Street.
Oh, as you
So there's
always
4 on each side, and it's for homecoming week for the parade,
Yeah.
blue and gold.
Okay, I don't see any problem with that, so could I have a motion to approve that, please?
I'll make a motion to approve that. Support it.
Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar.
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Schneider absent. Weaver absent. Davis.
Yes.
Messiah.
Yes.
And comments from the city administration? Donna? Justin?
The only thing I have is the fire department's gonna be doing Maynard Farmers Market, September 29th, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. to Sunday. Flyers are out.
Okay, and where's the DPW? Oh, right there, okay. Yeah. Anything, Bart? Yeah, I've got so many here tonight, I can't find it. Anything, Chief?
I just have one thing. I just wanted to introduce Officer Blount. Don't know if everyone knows him or not. He's had over 30 years experience in law enforcement. Very, very well known around the community. He's been an asset to the department as well as the schools. I'm a little late in doing this, but I just wanted to award him as Officer of the Year
Okay.
for Memphis Police Department.
Well, that's news too.
If you weren't called here to be questioned or watching those, it was just my, get you here.
Jessica, could you stand up? I think we'd like to get a picture and we can send
Yes.
the awards, please.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Where's Jeff?
He's hiding.
Oh, there's Jeff. I wonder where you went, Jeff. You're up.
Oh, I'm up?
You're up
Okay.
next, okay.
Mr.
This is on the municipal committee credit contract for 2014, and you have a report.
Yeah, so members of council, thank you for having me here, and thank you for allowing me to be early on your agenda this evening. I have to get to another community to make the same or similar presentation tonight because all these come due at the same time. For the last number of years, since 1999 actually, Richmond Lennox EMS, beside providing your ambulance service, has been providing to your community community transit, the little smart buses that you see operating through this area that pick up, for the most part, our seniors, our disabled people, and get them to various medical appointments, something less than the need for a real ambulance. We also take people, for instance, to work or even for nutritional trips. People that might be have sight issues or hearing issues or seizure disorders and unable to drive cars, and we can get them down to the local groceries and what have you. Years ago, we had some little smart buses that operated up here via Smart, and nobody ever rode the things because they just kind of drove up and down the road, and people had to try to get to the vehicle in order to get on them. And if you get to the vehicle, frankly, you didn't probably need the vehicle. And so what we did is in '99 created a door-to-door service to provide that for our area's residents. The service continues to grow as additional funding becomes available. Last year in Memphis, we transported 320 total riders. The whole system, which operates from Memphis to Chesterfield Township last year, transported about 22,000 riders in total. So it's grown from one little bus to 5 buses operating every day. Since we have a big crowd tonight, the buses operate 12 hours a day. They operate from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Monday through Friday. And they operate on Saturday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. The phone number for the record, or to put on the record, is 586.
Go slow.
Okay.
Go right there quick.
Ready?
That's what I was gonna ask
It's
you.
586-749-7713.
171.
Yep, and that's where you call to schedule an appointment on the vehicle.
Now, how long do you have to call in advance?
Great question. So normally we tell people about 3 days, but we also tell people the sooner we know, the better. Normally with about 3 days notice, we can get you on, or we'll find a way to get you on. And our scheduler, the young lady that does it for us, is excellent. She'll work with the rider. She'll work with their doctor or their wherever they need to get to make sure that we get them there on time. And if we feel like we're not going to be able to get them on time, we've actually had pretty good luck with having the doctor readjust schedules, because the physicians understand, in fact, that some of these folks just don't have any other way to get there. And so,
I can vouch for Benita. She does a good job.
yeah, so she does. Her name's Benita Allen. She does a wonderful job, and like I say, she will get you on as long as you can give her about 3 days. But if you know you have an appointment a month from now, schedule it tomorrow, because that way we make sure that that you're going to get on when you want to get on.
Okay, so if somebody has an appointment 3 days from now at 11 a.m. and they call you and make an appointment, and their doctor appointment takes an hour and a half, do they sit and wait for them?
No, actually what they do is with the 5 vehicles rotating through the area and rotating down around where a lot of the doctor's offices are at, down in the Mount Clemens and Clinton Township area, normally they may go down on one vehicle and come back on another. And that's where we get involved with, oftentimes we'll talk to the rider, then we'll call the physician's office, talk to the physician about how long the appointment's going to be, and then make sure we schedule the appointment to return as soon as we can when that appointment are done. And the physicians, all of them work very, very well with us to try to keep people, on schedule, if you will, because they understand that if they get off schedule, it's going to inconvenience the next person down the line. SMART basically provides your community, it's $2,400 and change. I've got the number here somewhere. They provide it in what's called municipal and community credits. Actually, the number is $2,492. In the past, that has been a pass-through number for Memphis, which means basically SMART provides you those funds, and then you just pass them through to the EMS via resolution tonight to continue operating the service. You're not required to pass them through to the EMS. You could use them for other transportation needs that you might have in the community, but that's what the board has done in the past. I'll tell you, this year we had a real close call, and we had really good support from our local state representatives and local state senator for this area, in that we found out about, normally I'm here in about July-ish doing this, and now we're here in September. And what we learned in about mid-June was that the state had cut $2 million from this program. And so that $2 million would have resulted in about a 50% cut to your funds, and so our service in doing this. And thanks to the work of, like I say, our local state reps for this area, both Representative LaFontaine and Goyke, as well as Senator Pavlov from this area, we were able to restore that funding, and a bill had to be written, an appropriations bill to actually restore it, because it was gone. And like I say, we didn't learn about it until very late in the process. So a special thank you to them, to all of them who kept this service going for all of us.
So is that what you're requesting? Because I think in the past we gave you 2,600, I believe, wasn't it?
No, I think in the past We used to use a portion of CDBG funds and a
Right.
portion of these. I will tell you that I know that Memphis has the ability to use those CDBG funds in really important ways to make improvements to this community. And I'm here to tell you tonight that if you pass through the $2,492 that are these
That would
funds
be
from SMART,
satisfactory.
that will be satisfactory to maintain service at current levels.
I entertain a motion then that we,
Well, Larry,
Go ahead.
before you do that,
right,
I mean, I'm looking at this smart list, right?
right.
Can you guys walk me through your 2492 number versus this 3681 number?
I don't have the document
That's
you have in
For
front of you.
just the fiscal year 2013, that's what we get. We have money left from 11,
Oh, you have some
10
money
and
left
9.
from previous years that, in 11, 10, and 9, council must have chosen at that point. There are some councils that don't just allocate all their money to this program. There are councils.
I'm just trying to understand.
Right, that decide to hold a little money back for maybe a trip they want to take folks to the zoo or something like that. So what appears to me, and this is the first I've seen this document that you have in front of you at this point tonight, this was not shared with me by SMART ahead of the meeting. But it appears that probably in 9, 10, and 11, City Council probably set maybe $500 aside to do those kind of transportation trips. Then the money wasn't fully utilized.
Yeah.
So you have this money left that from those years. Now you can continue to you can continue that money in there, or you could choose to, in fact, forward that money to the EMS for this program.
Well, what I was thinking, maybe we could, we are gonna start taking a few trips, so we haven't done that for a long time, but if there's money left over, I think our Parks and Rec are thinking of doing that, isn't that correct, Donna?
And
So,
that money that money in fact could be used for
Yeah,
those
so-
kind of activities.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
for those kind of
we
things.
might start doing that if there is money available, but, that's what that is. That was money left over, I guess, from prior years. From reading some of these articles over, though, I think that they're gonna change that, where it's gonna have to be used by a certain date from now on.
They've always said that they would like the money used within a 2-year period.
Right.
But it's just kind of been pretty informal. That SMART said they'd like to use it within a 2-year period. I would encourage you to use that money, for your trips, but use it, or if at the end of the budget year, and some communities do this, you don't use it, reallocate it to us or someone else. Part of the fight, if you will, that we had on this $2 million cut was, keep in mind, SMART is in Wayne, Oakland, Macomb County. And in some of those counties, there was communities sitting on money that was 3, 4, 5 years old. So when it gets to Lansing, there was no malice, with regard to the folks in Lansing. They just looked at this and they said, look at all these communities with all this money sitting here. We can afford to cut this $2 million.
So it's an invitation to
And
do
so,
so.
so, like I said, it was an invitation, if you will, to cut those funds. And so, really, just I would only say, if you're going to hold them back, get those trips planned and use them this year, so we're not back fighting for that, that $2 million in future years again.
Yeah, okay. Well, I entertain a motion then to.
Larry,
Go
before
ahead.
I vote,
Yeah,
explain to me exactly what we're doing here.
oh, that.
No, I
think-
mean, explain to me, he's talking about 2492.
Yeah,
This says 3681.
yeah, well, I think.
So
what-
did we make money?
No, we'll not, I don't think we'll end up making money. I don't have all the paperwork in front of me, but, there's this 2492 is a total of these, right? You got
Yes.
municipal
Fiscal
credits
year 2000.
and you got community credits.
Right.
So this is, our allocation this year is 2492. And the only reason that is 3681 is
Because of prior
is
years.
some of the prior years, like in 2009, there was 235 left over, and so on. 2012, there was nothing left over. I'm surprised they let us get away with that. It wasn't spent, but they did.
So we're
So,
not taking it, this is a bonus stuff.
right, this is money that's left over, Ed. That's
Mhm.
correct. And what I did say before is I think our Parks and Recs, in the past, years ago, we did do a lot of trips with this money. Then we quit doing that because the CBG funds we were putting on roads. And it was then suggested that because we used to take this out of CBG funds, as you
Correct.
know, Jeff. That we needed the money so much for that we then started taking out this, and then we didn't do any trips for quite a few years. And I think now our Parks and Rec would like to do a few. So if we have money left over, that's what we'd like to do with that. Now, it's not, don't come out of the general fund or anything like that. This is money that's actually given to us. So and so this is how we would like to do it this year. We still want to give money to the EMS, Richmond EMS, or Lennox, I guess it is, Richmond Lennox, right? And we still want to give them what they require, because they do give us a lot of services in the city of Memphis. What balance is left over, then we'll probably put into a few trips that we can do over for the next fiscal year.
So you're good with it?
I'm good with that,
All right.
okay?
And actually, you guys saved my life 3 times. I'm allergic to bee stings. And you guys came out and saved my life
So-
three times.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
so then I would entertain a motion then to allocate what Jeff has requested.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
An amount of $2,492. Put that in motion.
I thought it was 2,600.
No, 2492.
2492.
492.
Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar, Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Masain,
Yes.
Schneider absent.
Jeff, just one more thing. Did you want to say anything about this vaccination?
But I don't take up too much of your meeting. We are doing our drive-through flu shots from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Next Tuesday down at the EMS on 32 Mile Road. I encourage people to get flu shots. I don't care whether you get them from me, your CVS. If they're doing if there's a pharmacy here in town's doing them, just get one somewhere. It'll keep you a lot healthier this season. That includes all you young people sitting behind me, by the way. You're in schools where the flu spreads like crazy. So help out Mr. Goodme and Mrs. Thompson and your teachers and get your flu shot this year.
And they're all free, right? All free.
They're $25 a piece. They're free for those with Medicare.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you guys 65?
So they are $25 or free to those who have Medicare insurance. The one other thing that's worth mentioning in here, Mr. Wilson, is just there's a note in there about the EMS actually getting a new ambulance. Now that happens about every 18 months anymore at the EMS, so that by itself is not big news. But what the big news is for the first time in really what's about a little over 5 years, we're actually adding a vehicle to the fleet, which means we're going from 5 to 6 ambulances in the fleet, and that just has to do with the volume of EMS calls that we respond to in yours and in our neighboring community. So a little more coverage for our area with the actual addition to the fleet this time as opposed to just a replacement.
Okay, well, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
I know you got another appointment, so.
Yeah, got to be over in Ray Township for a very similar meeting. So
Okay,
thank you very much.
Yeah,
Have a good night. all.
Thank you,
Jeff.
sir.
Thank you. Okay, adoption of amendment to the agenda. No amendment, so I can have a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Masain,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent.
Okay, read over the minutes of the regular meeting on September 3rd, so I have a motion, and also the special meeting on September 6th. And no changes, I have a motion to accept those, please.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Masain,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent, Wilson.
Yes. No communications, so the next one on the agenda on unfinished business is Foster Oil. I did talk to Dave, and I believe Dan talked to Tom. They not quite ready tonight, so I entertain a motion to table that until requested by Foster Oil to put it on the agenda. I think it'll be the next meeting, but just make a motion to that effect.
So they were gonna give us drawings, but they're gonna
Right.
give them to them the next meeting?
Right. I requested that they get the drawings ahead of time, so any of the council members would like to look at them ahead of time, they
Right.
can, because it would make it easier rather than give them dumped on us that night, so.
Right.
Okay?
I'll make a motion to table this item to the next meeting.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Massian,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Okay, the next on the agenda is the lot split with the Grace Engineering and Salt Bin with the lot split, with the land being donated by Grace Engineering to the city of Memphis. And as you notice down there, the salt bin is now starting to go up, and about half done, I would say. I think it will meet the, being done by the end of September is, which that was probably what they'll meet. It appears that way, doesn't it?
Yes, it
That
does.
they'll meet that? Yeah. Okay, so, this went to the planning commission, and you have something on your desk there that states the lot split was approved to them, so it just comes to us for final approval. So no discussion?
So this lot split was given to us, no charge.
Correct,
Mm.
yeah. Due to the generous donation of Grace, Lou Grace from Grace
Yeah.
Engineering.
I'll make a motion we accept the planning commission's recommendation for this lot split.
Support.
So there's one little small thing, it says $40 application fee.
We've waived it.
We voided that?
We waived
Okay,
it.
so we didn't pay that.
Davis,
Yes.
Massian,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Okay, under new business, number one is the fire department request for fire officer training.
We're gonna be sending one of our guys to this class, we haven't really budgeted for it.
Okay. So, further discussion of that, I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
I make a motion, we approve it.
Four.
Massian,
Yes.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Okay, the next one, item 2, is the Michigan Municipal League Board of Directors election, and I think this is just a formality because there's only 3 running, and there's, so they're just looking for a motion to us approve that, so I entertain a motion for that.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Schneider absent, Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Massian.
Yes.
Item 3 is the fall burning season from October 6, 2013 to November 17, 2013. Entertain a motion to approve that.
Well, do we want to just note on there that, do we normally note?
Yes, we
don't-
do.
On
In
like
the ad.
Halloween?
Yes.
No burning on Halloween,
Right,
Mhm.
we do that.
so we can note that as part of that.
Yeah.
Then I'll make a motion to support them.
Support.
Weaver absent, Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Massian,
Yes.
Schneider absent.
Okay, other new business from the mayor. I just had, I'm not the mayor, I'm Mayor Pro Tem, but I just have one thing, and that's on the cement has been all removed from the area down there, and Bob Eisenhart removed that. It was a bigger project than we thought, wasn't it?
Yes, it
A lot
was.
more down there than we ever thought.
Looks nice.
And but they leveled it out, and it's actually looks quite nice. I believe grass seed's going to go in tomorrow. I
I don't know
think,
about tomorrow, but it's gotta get it there ASAP.
Shortly, anyway.
I do have 2
But
bags.
there's no cement down there, and there was a lot more than they ever anticipated, and it took quite a bit longer. And I want to thank Bob Eisenhart for doing that, because that would have cost the city quite a bit of money to do that. But it really looks nice now, and we do not want any cement whatsoever down there from now on. And I believe you got barricades up so that stop them from going.
I did have a cement guy stop by today wanting to dump.
Oh, you did?
And asked me,
At least he
I
asked.
sent him that direction.
Yeah, okay.
Hey Larry, question for you. I went down there because the mayor asked me to look at that,
Yeah.
and it really did look nice, to
Yeah,
get rid of all the cement.
Yeah.
all that wood, or you know, the dumps, where they're dumping the wood and
Yes.
stuff. That, we're gonna eventually, that's our next goal.
Yes,
to
we are.
Clean that up.
Yes, we're looking into that right now. Dan and I and Bart, we're looking at doing something on that, and we hopefully will have something to bring back to council, you know, maybe within a month or something like that. We'll still have one, but it won't be there.
But I mean, we have a sign up there, right, that says no more dumping, $500 fine, and I keep seeing cars go back there.
No,
Yeah,
no, that no more dumping, it says no dumping.
No dumping, so how do they
That's
get
been
away
up
with
for
that? How are
about
people
20
getting?
years. when I
How
first
they,
started our
why do they keep doing it?
That's brush. There are other choices, put it at the curb and DPW picks up and dumps it.
So what's our solution to that? What are we gonna do? Just say
We're probably gonna be relocating it.
I think-
waste management? I thought we talked about waste management, so
Well,
pick that up.
we're checking on, first of all, we checked on what other areas, or what other entities in the surrounding area are doing, and get some idea how they handle it. Well, and Richmond, I believe, has waste management. I think it costs about $184 a month, from what I get, or at least.
For the whole city?
Yeah, per individual.
Oh, per
homeowner.
person.
Oh, yeah, for him.
Yeah.
And I think there's certain.
Yeah, we're not gonna
and-
do that.
No, and there's certain requirements even in doing that. It can't be over, what, 8
4
foot,
foot.
or 4 foot, is
I
it?
think it's
In length, there's a lot of requirements. I don't think we wanna put any more cost on the citizens here, so we're.
No, we don't.
Yeah, and so we're looking at other things, and we got some ideas, we'll come up with something, but in the meantime, we're gonna use that, but for the brush, but that will be burned probably this burning season anyway,
Yes.
right? So,
So you're gonna burn that, go out there and somehow control burn and burn that whole pot?
Do it two times,
we
two
do it all
times a
the
year.
time, every year we do it.
Okay, so we're gonna do that.
And
We'll
let's-
get rid of
Control it
that.
is, but
And then this may not happen, we're hoping this will happen, we have another burn season in the spring if we want to use it, but we're hoping by spring we'll have the issue resolved. Now, no guarantees, but hopefully we'll have it resolved by then. And then that park also can be cleaned up and
Right.
so on. So I think when it's done, it'll be an asset, so,
No, I agree.
along the river, so anyway, again, I want to thank Mr. Eisenhart for all his work, so very much appreciated, so. Robbie? Brad?
Nothing for me. No,
No.
you said everything you wanted to.
Okay,
No.
okay. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Okay.